Guys, so today we had a class where we wanted to see how to use Google Sheets. Okay, so first thing what you do is you copy your table to Google Sheets. You copy it from the internet or create it. In this case, I took um, the NBA. I took some teams, and I wanted to compare my independent variable, which is the number of points scored, to the dependent variable, which is the wins. You see, I put this x as my independent and y is my dependent. Okay, now I'm going to look at my Pearson formula. Okay, this looks like a very complex formula, but if we break it down, we see it's not so complex. So how do we calculate it? So we take the sum of what? The sum of each variable, each x variable, okay, each one of these, where we subtract it from the mean of x, meaning we calculate the mean of all our points. This is the number. So we take each number and reduce it from the mean. We find the difference. We take the sum of all these, and after we multiply them by the difference between the y, in this case the wins minus the mean of the wins. So if I take all the all the wins of all the teams and I calculate their average or their mean, I want to deduct each and every one of these values from the mean and multiply it by the points minus the mean. Okay, so this is, and after I multiply this by this, I take the sum. So each row, I multiply the difference between the points to the average points times the wins minus the average wins. And I take that number and add to it the number of the second row, the third row, the fourth row, and so on. So this is a number. I get a number for all this, and I'll show you how we calculate that. And the denominator, we have something very similar. In this case, we take our x, the points, minus the mean of the points, and we do that in the power of 2. We sum all of these up, and then multiply them by the same thing, but just this time the wins. Okay, the wins minus the mean of the wins and the power of 2. We do that for each row, and we sum them all up. Okay, we take this sum and multiply one by the other. Okay, there is no multiplication sign, but whenever you don't have a multiplication sign, we just see one after the other. That means they multiply this part by this part. And the result, we do a root, square root. Okay, so basically our R is to sum up the differences between our X, our independent variable minus the average of the independent variable times the dependent variable minus the average of dependent variable. We sum all that up, divided by the square root of the sum of all the independent variables minus the average at the power of 2 times the sum of the dependent variable minus the average of the dependent variable at the power of 2. Okay, so this is the formula. It's a bit complex, and this is why we want to use our um, Google Sheets, our spreadsheet, to help us break it down. Okay, so I'm going to move this to the side now, and we're going to look to see what we did. So first, I want to have a column that will calculate for me all these values. Remember, I need this. Xi means it's X of the first row, the second row, the third row. I need to do it for each and every data point that I have. So how do I do that? I add this column, okay, which actually mimics this part. Okay, you see X minus X mean. And then I add this column, which is mimics this part, Y minus Y mean. I'm going to show you exactly how I calculate these. And then I have a third column, which actually takes this and multiplies it by this. You see, X mean times Y mean. So basically, I gradually calculate what I want. And to sum them all up, I'm going to sum them at the bottom, and you'll see that in a second. To do the bottom part, what do? I take x minus x, the mean, but I do that in the power of 2. So I take x minus x mean at the power of 2. So this column mimics this part, and this column mimics this part. Okay, I'm going to just move it to the side so you can see. Okay, now where's my total? If I go down, I'm going to have total, and we're going to see how we do that. Okay, so to start, first of all, I need to, in order to find x minus the x mean, I need to find x mean and I need to find y mean. So what do? I go down below the two columns, and I stand on this cell, and you can see here, whenever I stand on a cell, I can see the formula that I put in order to get the value. So what I always see here will be the value, but behind the scenes, if there's a formula, I can see it here at the top. So what did I do here? I did equal sign to get a formula, okay? And then I used the average function, and I set it, I want it for the B column from the second row to the 25th row, okay? So if I stand like this, you can see it highlights all the data points I have, okay? So from B2 all the way to B25. I did this by actually highlighting the columns, the cells in the column. So I can do it again. Let me just clear this. So I select and I start dragging all the way up, okay? And then do enter. So I get this value. By the way, when you get this for the first time, I just click on this, you get a very large number. So if you want to reduce the number of decimal places, you just hit this. This reduces the number of decimal places, and this one increases. Okay, so I want to reduce to have, in this case, 3 decimal places, which makes sense. Okay, I do the same thing for this column. So instead of writing it again, what I can do is I can stand on this square and just drag it to the side. Okay, and we can see that it just uses, if here it's B, you see B, the B column. So if I move here, you notice it's the C column. Okay, all this. So after I calculate the average or the mean, I can go up and start filling these datas. Okay, so I go to the first column and I say, I want X, in this case, X is the value I have in B. So I do equal sign, okay, and I select my B column. Okay, you see it showed me B2. I just stepped on it and it put in B2 minus, and I go down and select my mean, okay, and do enter. Okay, so now I have B3 minus B26, which is this. Okay, now what I told you is I want always in all these columns what I want to change. I want these rows to change, meaning the next one here I want it to be B3, and here I want it to be B4, right? B and 4. But I always want to reduce from it B26, which is this one here. Okay, because the mean doesn't change. I always want to keep the same mean. So in order for to tell the spreadsheet not to change the B26, what I do is I add a dollar sign before the number and before the B, okay? And by that, when I drag it down, it changes, it doesn't change the B26, it will remain the same. So you see in all columns, B26 remains the same. What changes is only the X, meaning my value here, which is B11. So here, in this case, in D, I want to take B15 and reduce it from the average B26. So you see B15 minus B26. Okay, if here I would say B16 minus B26. Okay, so it does that for me. So this allowed me to perform this part. Okay, now I do the same thing for Y. This time I want C2, which is this the C column, minus C26. Okay, notice there is no dollar here. The important of the dollar is before the number. I can put the dollar also before the C, but it's less important. So um, the important part is the dollar between the 26 because I don't want it to change the number. I don't want it to change. The column stays the same anyhow. So if I drag it down, okay, I get the same number. So I have, and I check myself and go to a different cell here and make sure that it's the right row, C9, okay, minus C26, which is my average here. You see 26, C. This is my average, my mean. Okay. After I did these two, what is the next step? I want to multiply them. So I added a new column which multiplies one by the other. And what do I put here in the in my formula? I basically want to multiply this by this, right? Because I already calculated x minus x mean and I calculated y minus y mean. So I just need to multiply one by the other. So what do? I put equal sign, okay? And I say it's D2 times E2. Okay. After I do that, I can drag it down, okay, and get all the right results. Okay. Why don't I use dollars here? Because I want it, each row, I want it to change. I always want to multiply these two numbers, right? So here I want to multiply these two, and here I want to multiply these two. So I don't put any dollars. The only case I put dollars is where I want something to stay the same for all rows. In this case, the mean, I want it always to stay the same. Here, I got the results of this times the results of this. Okay, I want it here. So I just say, okay, so I just say in this cell equal D2 times E2. Okay, the content of this cell times the content of this cell. I do, okay, so this allowed me to find the result for all these. And at the end, I need to do the sum. So I go all the way down. And when I finish doing it for all rows, I want to sum them up. So what do? I say equal. And it, by the way, already gives it to me. I want to do sum of the from the second row to the 25th row. Okay, hit enter and I get the sum. Okay, so this already gave me the answer for the nominator. Now I want to do the denominator. Okay, so very similar. X minus x mean to the power of 2. So I add this column. And where do I have x minus x mean? Yes, it's here. So the only thing I need to do is to have this times itself. So I come here and I write equal d2, and I can do d2 times d2. Okay, that's one option. Or I can do d2 at the power of 2. Okay, same thing. And then I drag it down, of course. Okay, drag it down to get all the values. I do the same thing. I do the same thing for my y. In this case, y minus y mean is column E. So here I will have E times E. Okay? And again, also here, I'm going to drag it down to copy the same formula to all cells. So what is left after I did these two? Okay, I need the sum of column G, which is this part, times the sum of column H, which is this part. So I go down here and I I can actually put the sum, okay, equal, and I just say the sum, okay, and I can drag it here to the side because it's exactly the same formula. Okay, and now I have these two numbers. These are exactly these two, this and this. So now I have everything ready. I can take, let's go look down here. I can take the 884 and replace it with this. Take the 391 and replace it with this part. And I could take 5168 and replace it with this part. So this is what I wrote here. R equals 884 divided by the square root. In a spreadsheet, you write square root like this of 391, which is this, times 5168, which is this. Okay? And when I do that, here I wrote the formula. You see F26, which is this it's this cell, which holds 884, divided by square root of G26, which is this sum, times age 26, which is this. And I got the R 0.622. Okay? Now, just to check myself, the spreadsheet already has a built-in possibility to calculate Pearson. So I just did equal Pearson. That's a function that we have. Okay? Just to check that I didn't do anything wrong. So I write equal Pearson. You can see it gives me Pearson. And how do I calculate Pearson? I need to highlight the independent variable, okay, comma, the dependent variable. Again, I need to make sure that I'll copy only the right data points, okay, from B2 to B25 and C2 to C25. I hit like this, hit enter, and I see that I got exactly the same number. So using the formula or breaking down, using the formula, breaking down and doing it on my own, or using it, the built-in formula of Pearson in my spreadsheet, I can find it's the same result. So after I did this, I have everything ready. What I can do is now I can copy this part into my document, explain what each part means, okay? Then I will show this table, okay? I will copy this table, okay, to my Word document, and then I will say that this part equals this because I already showed that this is the total. And then I can just plug this into the formula. So I substitute this with 884, this with, this with 391, this with 5168, and show that the calculation is 0.622. And that will actually show how I reached the number and show the process that I went through. Okay, hope this is clear. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to tell me. Good night, guys.